simply the best.
As Tina Turner dies at 83, light was shed on her many personal tragedies, revealing how music icon endured stroke that left her unable to walk, an abusive marriage to Ike, and the deaths of two sons. Tina, who grew up in Tennessee, rose to fame as part of the wildly popular Ike and Tina Turner duo in the 70s, before launching a solo career that saw her cement her status as one of the most successful female performers in history. But while her career flourished, her personal life suffered a slew of blows. Friends, my goal is 1,500 subscribers by the end of the month. Each of you can help me by simply clicking on the subscribe button. This is not difficult for you, but very pleasant for me. Tina's hardships began when she was just a child. She was abandoned by her mother, who she said never loved her, at age 10, followed by her father a few years after that. Then, at just 22 years old, soon after she was propelled into the spotlight, the What's Love Got to Do with It songstress married the other half of her group, Ike Turner. And while it may have seemed like a picture-perfect romance at first, it was later brought to light that Tina and Ike's marriage was filled with manipulation tactics, ploys to gain control over her, and gruesome beatings, which resulted in her suffering from numerous broken bones and even third-degree burns on one occasion when he poured burning hot coffee on her face. After ultimately leaving Ike in 1976, Tina was left broke and homeless, later revealing that she had less than $1 to her name following the split. Despite facing years of abuse and a devastating split that resulted in her losing pretty much all the profit she had made while in the group, Tina didn't give up on her dreams, and it was her impressive determination and perseverance that helped turn her into one of the biggest musicians in the world. But the misfortune didn't end there. Tina, who retired from singing in 2009, faced more heartbreak in 2018 when her son, Craig, died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. She then lost a second child in late 2022 when her son Ronnie passed away at age 62 due to complications of colon cancer. She also struggled with numerous health issues of her own over the years, including a stroke that forced her to relearn how to walk in 2013 and a battle with cancer in 2016 that left her fighting for her life. Let us take a look into the many devastating blows that she had to face throughout her life and how she miraculously overcame them all. In 1957, Tina met her future husband, Ike, who was playing in a band called Kings of Rhythm at a nightclub where her sister worked. One night, while Tina was watching him perform, she grabbed the microphone and started to join in, and her stunning voice quickly caught Ike's attention. She soon joined his band, and the two eventually entered into a romantic relationship, tying the knot in 1962. When she was 22, Tina later revealed that Ike forced her to visit a brothel on their wedding night, something she said was so disturbing, she tried to suppress the memory of it. The experience was so disturbing that I suppressed it, scratched it out, and created a different scenario, a fantasy of romantic elopement, she told DailyMail.com. During their marriage, Tina said Ike was severely abusive towards her. On one occasion, she wrote in her 2018 memoir, My Love Story, he poured hot coffee onto her face, leaving her with third-degree burns, and on another, she claimed that he hit her across the head with a wooden shoe stretcher when she tried to leave him. He was also the one that convinced her to change her name from Anna Mae Bullock to Tina Turner, which she told Oprah was a ploy for him to have more control over her. Together, Tina and Ike welcomed one son together, named Ronnie. She also adopted Ike's two sons from his previous marriage, Ike Jr. and Michael. In addition, Tina had another child, a son named Raymond Craig, from her past romance with Raymond Hill. She eventually filed for divorce from the musician in 1976, and she said she was left with nothing more than 36 cents to her name after the split. For years, she lived off food stamps and the money she made from performing small gigs here and there, and to make matters worse, she said Ike didn't let her go easily. She wrote in her book that he would send his stooges to intimidate her, and at one point they even shot bullets into the place she was staying, resulting in her getting so frightened that she would sleep in her closet. She later said it ultimately made her stronger, stating to Oprah, I am strong. I lived through a divorce, separation from my family. I never let it break me down. I'm not an alcoholic. I've never smoked. I've never done drugs. I've floated through the disaster of my past clean. I arrived here undamaged. Years later, Ike admitted to the abuse in an interview with Spin magazine, stating, "It's years ago that I had a temper. I don't regret nothing I've ever done, absolutely nothing. Yeah, I hit her, but I didn't hit her more than the average guy beats his wife." Despite having to practically start over, Tina did not give up, and she continued to make music and perform at any opportunity she could. Eventually, in 1983, after struggling to break out for years, she was signed to Capitol Records. She released a cover of A.I. Green's "Let's Stay Together" that same year, which peaked at number 26 on the Billboard Hot 100. Her album, Private Dancer, then came out in May 1984, which quickly propelled her into superstardom, and the rest was history. Along the way, Tina also found love when she met German music executive Erwin Bach in 1986. After 27 years together, the two tied the knot in July 2013. However, Tina faced tragedy once again in 2018 when her son, Craig, died. The heartbroken mother later told that she was completely shocked by his passing since he was doing well both professionally and personally at the time of his death. Tina Turner has been through a lot, and despite the fact that some pages of her life are dark and tragic for her fans, she has always been simply the best. I hope you enjoyed this video, so don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next video.